Yami Sukehiro is one of my favorite Black Clover characters, and he's arguably one of the most well-written shonen characters of all time. So today I thought I would make a video talking about why Yami is such a beloved character in the Black Clover community, and also in the larger anime community as a whole. So this is not going to be a character analysis on Yami Sukehiro. This is more of just some reasons why you should definitely put some respect on Yami's name. But in the future, I'm definitely going to do a more in-depth analysis of Yami Sukehiro. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. So when Yami was younger, he used to be a fisherman. And during one of his fishing trips, he ended up shipwrecked on the banks of the Clover Kingdom. Now, we know that the Clover Kingdom can be a bit discriminatory to outsiders and anyone who's peasants, and that's another video all in itself, because as we know, the Black Clover manga and anime tackles issues of prejudice and discrimination. But being a foreigner in the Clover Kingdom meant that Yami was subject to a lot of discrimination just on the basis of being a foreigner. Now, despite the fact that he faced this hardship, he still managed to rise and make his way up the ranks of the Magic Knights. This is a very incredible feat for someone to do because, for instance, a person of royal blood of the Clover Kingdom basically automatically can get inducted into the Magic Knights, as long as they're at least a little bit magically competent, of course. But someone like Yami, being a foreigner, he has to work much harder in order to get to the same spot as someone else who had it a lot easier, such as a royal. He made his way all the way up to captain of a Magic Knight squad. And this is not a small feat. Very few people can actually make it up the ranks of the Magic Knights in order to become a squad captain. So Captain Yami is the only captain who is willing to give misfit characters an opportunity to excel and to fit in, because he knows what it's like to not be able to fit in due to him having dark magic and due to a lot of other circumstances that he's gone through in his life. The fact that he had dark magic, as we know, that's an arcane stage magic, so that pretty much spooked a lot of people around him even more than they already were afraid of him. He's a very intimidating character, and that's one thing that I really enjoy about his character. He's very muscular, so that shows that he at least really cares about his physical body. A lot of Magic Knights don't have to work because they're essentially gifted from birth, but the fact that Yami has a physically toned body and he's considered one of the strongest physical attackers in the Clover Kingdom is because he had to work to obtain that body. His magic attribute did not have any implication on the size of his body. For instance, some may just have body magic and they could change the size and strength of their body. Yami has dark magic, so that means that he could not do that to his body without strenuous training with weightlifting. Yami's also very good at taking risks. We see he has a bit of a gambling problem, often losing a lot of money and belongings, but sometimes the risks actually do pay off. For instance, he invited Asta to join his Magic Knight squad, and I don't know if some of you would like to call that an invitation or a forced offering, because he kind of intimidated Asta into joining, but we know Asta would have joined anyways. But no other Magic Knights captain wanted to accept Asta, we know, because he was too much of a risk, because they didn't know what he was capable of and they didn't want to take a chance on him. But Yami swooped in and decided to take a chance on Asta. So you have to respect him for giving Asta a chance. We also see Yami joking around a lot, and I think that's really important to have in a character, because you don't need to be serious all the time. Like certain characters, I feel like it takes away from their personality if they never can sit down and have a little joke from time to time. Yami's a bit of a jokester, and he likes to joke around with his squad members as well as other members of the Magic Knights. And I know this video is talking about all the reasons you should respect Yami, but if you met Yami face to face, he would pretty much demand respect from you, and he would not allow himself to be disrespected in any shape or form. The man is really intimidating. If you look at how big he is and just how muscular and swole, yeah, he's definitely not going to take any disrespect directed towards him or any of his Magic Squad members. He definitely has a lot of love for all the members of his squad, and he tries to teach them things that will benefit them in the long run, and he tries to give them a safe place to belong, and he wants everyone in his squad to feel like they belong and be friends and love each other. You really gotta respect the fact that Yami has been through so many battles and he has such a high battle IQ that it's not even funny. The guy is said to be able to rival the Wizard King in power. And I know a lot of people like to say that he's not Wizard King level, but he definitely is. He's one of the most powerful characters in the Clover Kingdom. He's top tier for a fact. A lot of the time, he also helps a lot of people in need. Just off the top of my head, I can name a couple examples. One example is how he helped Vanessa escape and gave her a safe place to belong. And another example is how he helped Charlotte with her issues. We know that she had a curse and he kind of helped her out of that, and she ended up falling in love with him. He's helped out Asta whenever Asta needed a squad. He's helped out Noelle when Noelle needed a squad. He helped out Henry. He helped out a lot of people, and I can just keep going on and on. But that's a very respectable act whenever a person can continuously reach out a helping hand to help others. And this help doesn't just stop with humans. Once upon a time, there were a group of magical beasts who were orphaned, and he decided to take them in and give them a good home and place to stay, and he took care of them. Yami is a very respectable character. At the end of the day, he's willing to sacrifice his own life in order to save another. For example, during the fight with Dante, he put himself in harm's way in order to protect his Magic Squad. And during the same fight, whenever he was about to lose, he told himself he had to surpass his limits in front of his squad, because he knows that respect has to be earned. So during the battle with Dante, he surpasses his limits in front of his Magic Knight Squad because he's a leader and he leads by example. He often tells his Magic Knight Squad members to surpass their limits. So when he was faced with the same issue that his Magic Knight Squad members were faced with in the past, he was not a hypocrite. He took his own lesson and he applied it in front of his Magic Knight Squad. He really stuck to what he believed in. He has a very strong set of morals and ideals that he follows, and I think that's very respectable. A lot of people refer to Captain Yami as an ex-shonen protagonist, and I definitely think this is a fair comparison considering how often he surpasses his limits. And with that being said, it's been your boy NeohXO. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.